Guys, this is Ben.
And I'm Ashley.
We are students at the University of Kentucky taking a communications theories class. This video is a creative assignment where we will explain a theory that we got to learn in class.
Our professor, Dr. Frisbee, wanted this video to be creative and entertaining, and so we are going to give it our best shot.
Okay, so here we go. The theory that we're going to talk about is face negotiation theory. Basically, F&T is understanding how different cultures throughout the world respond to conflict. Our self-image, or face, is at risk in conflict, and culture is attached to the way we deal with the issue and communicate. The theory was first suggested by Stella Ting Toomey in 1985. She is a professor of human communication studies at California State University. You know, Ashley, I've never met her, but she seems to know like she knows what she's talking about.
Face negotiation theory, again, describes how we understand how different cultures respond to conflict.
The theory has gone through multiple revisions since it was first established in 1985. Most recently, in 2005, the theory shifted its vision to conflict styles and how an individual and a culture respond specifically to conflict and how it threatens their face.
Various features of an individual and cultural identities are described as faces. So here we go. We have the American flag, which is a face, because it is how we identify ourselves as Americans. Face is also identified as the claimed sense of favorable and social self-worth. Conflict occurs when the group or individual has the face threatened. Faces can also be lost, saved, or even protected. So now we have North Korea, who are trying to threaten and destroy our face by bombing us with nuclear missiles. But we are not scared of them, because we know we have much bigger sticks than they do.
Moving on, there are many factors that affect how a culture manages its own identity. Ting Toomey says that there are two main types: a collectivistic culture, which views the face of the culture more important than any individual within that group. On the other hand, in America, we have an individualistic culture that places the face of an individual more essential than the overall group. And just as LMFAO says it best, I'm sexy and I know it.
There are three main types of face negotiation theory. The first I'm going to touch on is face restoration. Face restoration is a strategy used to preserve autonomy and defend against loss of personal freedom. Batman defends against loss of personal freedom because criminals are taking personal freedoms away from the people in Gotham.
Now let's take a look at face concern, second style. Face concern focuses on the other person. It is a collectivistic culture style. Even in the midst of conflict, people in that style will pay more attention to maintaining the face of the other party than they do preserving their own. Just like Superman, he is what we call altruistic, showing unselfish concern for others and the well-being of everyone.
The third and final type we are going to discuss is face giving. Face giving is the facework strategy used to defend and support another person's need for inclusion. It means taking care not to embarrass the other person in public and humiliate them. Face giving is a characteristic face strategy across collectivistic cultures. In the movie The Sandlot, the hero of the film, Benny the Jet Rodriguez, offers the new kid in town, Smalls, a new hat and glove as initiation to include him into the group.
The last thing that we are going to learn today is the 5 main conflict styles presented by Toomey. Conflict styles consist of learned behaviors through socialization within a culture. These are avoidance, obliging, compromising, dominating, and finally, integrating. First thing that we're going to look at is avoidance, which is just how it sounds. It's removing yourself from the equation, or the conflict. Guys, you ever get in a fight with a girl and just never ends? Just remove yourself from it, even if you're right.
What are you talking about, Ben? Girls are always right.
My point exactly. Moving on. Obliging is the second one we're going to look at, and that's willing to let the other person have their way, which basically means you're giving in and giving up. Gentlemen, How many of you have ever been in that tug of war with a girl at the movie rental store and you really want that action flick, but she really wants that chick flick? I know I've given in every now and then, but it's okay.
Now we're going to move on to our third style, compromising. In compromising, neither person gives up their side. Instead, they decide to give and take in order to come to a solution.
Moving on to dominating, which is basically competing to win your position. An easy example of this would be such as the presidential debate.
The last style I'm going to touch on is integrating. Integrating is the awareness of both sides of a conflict. People solve a conflict by working together. Just like any business, together everyone achieves more. There are two things that Ben and I would like for you to take away from watching our video. The first is that each culture handles conflict differently. The second is that each culture has different views as to what face means to them. Just like Ben and I have different handwriting skills.
Well, at least I don't stutter. But on a good note, we would like to say thank you for watching our video, and we really hope that you learned something about face negotiation theory. Also, thank you, Dr. Frisbee, for signing this great, fun, fantastic project. #NoSleep.
We built